Hello everyone and welcome to Athena Games. You may remember from Saturday we had a long slog with the store champions we had here, but we're back on board on a Wednesday with our Tankard challenge. This is an official challenge event where the winner takes the challenge Tankard, which is going to be a side event for us going forward. In the booth this evening to kick it all off, you got myself, David Lincoln, and as always in the stream, Elliot Baker.
Hello, David. Nice to be back here. It's a bit manic. We're a bit manic. We're on time for a change, or kind of almost on time. And yeah, the Tankard challenge, the lovely Tankard for our winner today, who has to wield the Tankard and can be challenged at any time for the Tankard. Think of it it's like the hardcore belt, but not as hardcore.
I would so like to be a proud owner of that one day. I can tell you that for a start.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first round is already underway. It's a 3-round event, and as I said just a moment ago, the winner of this 3-round event will be taking that Tankard, away.
Home with them.
I've been questionable with that because sometimes you don't take the challenge belts away or trophies away when
No, you have the Tankard. It is yours. And we have Darren Chapman flowing. Look at that. I believe that's all tie advance, or maybe an aggressor thrown in somewhere there.
They look like all aggressive because they've all got No,
they're all. I think we got all tie advance or a mix.
No, a mix.
Yeah. I think you're right actually. Oh no. I think they've got cruise missiles on them.
Yeah, so 3 of them have. 3 of them have cruise missiles.
There we go, cruise missiles. Interesting choice. Let's see if I can pull up the list for us to look at. So they've already gone into deployment. A very spread asteroid collection.
Yeah.
As always, turn 0 is always important. The blue asteroids, as we know, are mags. He marks them
out. And obviously, those who were watching the game, or the semi-final game on Saturday, when Michael ended up playing against Robin for the second time in 2 rounds, he's always marked up with the little blue asteroids. They're quite close together, and it's nice that there's actually a mix that Max brought out the normal asteroids, and Darren brought the debris clouds. So obviously both going for a slightly different motive here with their setup. Darren's setting up on his far right hand side here.
They are all tie advance, according to this. They're all tie advance. We have Lieutenant Colzette with XX23 as tracer threads, guidance ships, and tie advance X1. They all have tie advance X1, of course. Why not? The rest are Tempest Squadron pilots, all armed with cruise missiles and guidance chips.
Yes, and what this also means as well, you may remember we made a comment about this on Saturday if you were watching us then. We have made Wave 11 legal for this event, which is why we're seeing the likes of cruise missiles on Darren's side of the board. And if you're being very observant, you may notice there's a Skurg bomber fielded on Michael's side here.
It's kind of blending in with the environment.
It is, a little bit. So we have got some Wave 11 stuff here this evening, which is nice to see. Seeing it hit the table on its first proper, available opportunity. Obviously, there was a stream last Thursday. Jeez, I've been here a lot the last week.
You have. In fact, it's probably a good time to kind of sideline into the announcement, which is the other day we've officially received an email from Twitch asking if we wish to be a Twitch affiliate. So that's exciting news. So we're kind of discussing where we're going to go from there. But stay tuned for more news about us becoming a Twitch affiliate. And let us know what you think about that. I
have no idea what even that means.
Well, it basically means we might have people can pay a subscription fee. We might be able to get our own emotes in the chat. We'll get our own moderator, I believe is also what it includes, and of course other benefits for the store.
Nice.
So it's worked very hard to get there, but we're trying to see if we can maintain that and if we're going to sign up for that. Let us know what you think about signing up, and if you'd be willing to pay a subscription fee a month to get no adverts on our videos. Yeah. And there's the handshake. The game is on.
Yep. I'm still a little bit confused because Elliot is working hard on the overlay at this point, and
I'm pulling double D tonight.
Exactly. I was more meaning the fact of because Elliot's got the overlay over the top of the screen that we're looking at, so I'm still a bit confused to see the 2 finalists that played on Saturday still having their lists already built in the chat here, and ironically at this point there's a message from Jarvel, which is Jarvel. Robin.
Hello, Jarvel.
Unfortunately, Robin can't make it here tonight because apparently he's come down with a bit of a cold and is dosed up on Lemsip. But yeah, it's nice to see you taking interest here, Robin. Hopefully, we can be as insightful as we were over the weekend, even though we are playing a much condensed much condensed sort of tournament, i.e., only 3 rounds.
Yes, we're running a 65-minute clock rather than a 75-minute clock, just so we can actually fit 3 events in tonight. Because starting at 6 is a bit risky for us with only
3.5 hours to play with.
Yeah. So we've kind of streamlined it a bit easy. And also, it is kind of just a casual event. It's not intended to be big competitive. And here we have Darren moving up very quickly with his tie advance there.
Yeah, you don't really see many advanced, let alone 4 of them.
I think the cruise missiles might change that. Of course, the cruise missiles recently came out in the Skurg, and is it just the Skurg?
I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. It might have also been in the Imperial aggressor. But on the other hand, they work as a benefit for going really, really, really fast.
Yeah, so cruise missiles, 3 points. Discard this card from its attack, so you must have a target lock. You may roll additional... It's 1 attack dice, so already it sounds, well, what's the point in that?
It's effectively a missile that has a Hawk primary.
Yes. You may roll additional attack dice equal to the speed of the maneuver you execute this round to a maximum of 4 additional dice.
So if you do a 5 straight maneuver or 5k turn, you're still only going to get 4.
Yes.
So it means you have the potential of a 5 dice working at range band 2 to 3 rather than range band 1 that the prockets can potentially give you. It'll be interesting to see what goes on here. You also notice on Michael's side, there is a K-Wing and the new Skurg.
Yes. And
it's a bit weird going from Saturday when we had no K-Wings to immediately seeing 1. And yes, this is Miranda Doni. Miranda Doni with her regen ability alongside the rebel version of Captain Nym.
Yeah, we got I've got to pull the list up there for David to look at.
Yep, so we've got Miranda Doni with TLT, extra munitions, cruise missiles, Sabine Wren to give definite damage when bombs go off. Proton bombs, they're the ones that deal face-up damage cards, correct?
That's correct.
Colonnettes to deal stress damage when that detonates. Ion bombs to deal 2
Sorry to interrupt you there, Dave. We have an advanced sensor coming into play with the Havoc, I believe, to form a barrel roll before it moves. Very nice ability. I still, to this day, say that advanced sensor is a very... it was very good for the waves it has. It since has been replaced by a lot of other good cards, but it's still one of my go-to system upgrades.
Yeah, for me it's fire control or sensor jammer, but that's a minor side point.
Yeah.
So we've got the ion bombs to deal out ion damage, which could be, ion control, which could be nice for those TIE advance to deal with, or not. So there's that, an advanced slam, so you can potentially slam away on a bigger maneuver to just dodge.
We have Genius there being used. It looks like he's going to drop a bomb. No, he's going to drop a bomblet generator.
Yeah, so Captain Nym came out obviously with the bomblet generator, so he's dropping a little bomb.
I don't exactly see what the long game is here from Michael. I know he's using Nym's ability to stop the thing from detonating. Maybe he's trying to keep it there and try and field and force the TIE advance into the area of that, or just using it as a kind of a don't fly here zone.
Yeah, imagine doing that with a Coronet, just saying I'm going to stick this across, out the way of everything, and then go. So
Miranda is beyond range.
That's fortunate for Michael here, because he's caught on the asteroid. So Captain Nym has VI to move him up to Pilot Skill 10, which is quite nice, I believe. I haven't actually even played any of the new stuff yet. So we've got Captain Nym with VI, twin laser turret, bomblet generator, Havoc, so he gets the salvage astromech rather than crew, and the sensor slot. So he's taken Genius, so he can do the when you reveal your dial bombs into do it after you move, which is how bomblet generators come out then. And long range scanners, so he can get a target lock outside of range band 3. But he can't perform target locks when at range band 1 to 2, if I'm correct.
That is true.
And he's obviously got the advanced sensor, so he's able to do his manoeuvres. Potentially his action first. It's interesting. I've got a build slightly different to that, which actually uses Kane and Jarrus' crew to make his dial a bit better, because it's not the best. Not the best at the moment. but you know, it's definitely not a bad dial. It's not the worst dial I've seen.
What, the Advance?
No, the Havoc.
That's true. It's actually I think it's a fairly strong dial actually.
It's a strong dial, but there's a lot of red on there.
Not so much as you think. I mean, the Talon rolls are still very useful.
But having Kane on there just to give you more options on how you're going to remove that stress could be crucial.
Yeah, but that requires not taking the Havoc tile. Because don't forget, it removes your bomb slot.
True. No, removes your crew slot.
Crew slot, yeah.
Slot.
It adds a bomb slot, but it removes your crew slot.
My app that I use for doing stuff with doesn't seem to acknowledge the title, so
yeah,
that's why I've been building it without. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this one works.
Early Ares Nile making skirting the asteroids less appealing. Very good point, Jarvel. Very good point. I can definitely see that tactic coming into play.
Yeah. What I was going to say earlier with the Captain Nim's ability, imagine having a coronet that's actually blocking off a little area. And you go, I'm not going to remove that. Now you're going to have to fly wide or take this coronet because that's the way it's going to break.
Well, area denial is a very big part of the game. It's probably one of the big parts of the game because, along with maneuvering, it's kind of the anti-maneuvering almost because you're trying to deny areas for your opponent to go and say, "Don't fly here." And with that kind of control, which is akin to ion cannons and such, it gives you a bit more leverage over your opponent.
Exactly. Looking at where things are set up here, if I was Miranda, I would want to try and run away this turn, maybe again. Do a green maneuver and then do a advanced slam maneuver.
Yeah.
Sorry, do a slam and then get an advanced slam maneuver, which you could then use to. Could you drop an iron bomb?
When?
During the movement, during the activation phase. I can't remember.
Iron bomb. Iron bomb when you reveal a maneuver dial. So
okay,
yes,
so
it's before you move.
You've got the coronet, which is also something that goes off in the activation step, I believe. So yeah, either Miranda's going to have to stay there and take a lot of damage that's coming his way, or deal with...
I've got a feeling I've got a rules dispute to tie it up right now. Hello. Mr. Maverick Brown.
Fleeting visit.
Thank you very much.
That's mine.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, because Toby worked tirelessly last night on an idea that I had to follow up my...
You got 50 minutes if you want to play your game.
Who am I supposed to be playing?
Max Ball.
He's playing with
Rich.
So I'll drop.
So, you ready? You're dropping?
Yeah, there's no point.
Okay, buddy, if you're sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. It means we've now got a buy-in, which is something which I was trying to avoid for this event, but it is what it is.
You can do what you can do. But yeah, Toby kept on with my scum theme and painted this for me, which is lovely.
It's a shame because I actually was really interested in watching Toby's list, which was
likewise
utilising the new minefield mapper.
Yes.
Which
apparently he asked you quite a lot about it today on how you would rule it.
He did ask how I'd rule it, and which I'm ruling in favour of. You can discard the extra munitions token, but you can't then discard the card as well. You have to basically you can only drop one lot of bombs. Well, you know, you can't.
You can either drop one.
You can't drop. You can't drop everything. You know.
You can basically either drop one or none.
Yeah, one or none. Advanced slam. Well, when I say one or none, I don't mean just one bomb in general, but like one of each. You can't drop two of each.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. But yeah, if you, well, I was gonna say if then that case, if Owen wants to come down, he's more than welcome to. If there's obviously Toby drops.
I don't know if I don't know if Toby's gonna be hanging around. I hope so, but.
But yeah, we're gonna have to see how this one goes. There's a lot of range control here from Michael here. Gonna have to see how he uses these K-wings. Obviously, he left the bomb there from last turn, so I'm presuming he can obviously leave this one here in as well. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of trouble because he's going to end up taking some damage off this one. Oh, no, he's not, because it detonates at range round 1.
And don't forget, he can actually choose if he wants to stop that bomb from detonating instead.
Yeah.
You can easily switch the bombs. It just means he can't stop 2 bombs from going off. 1 bomb will have to go off if he drops another one. But yeah, and that's, I think, the strength of Nym. The ability to quickly change tactics on the fly. And also the unpredictability. I mean...
he can't drop one this turn because... Oh, he could have dropped one. They'd both been on top of each other. So there's kind of no point. Using... Bomblet generator, it's now going to go off. Everything's outside of range 1, so everything's fine.
And as the advantage of bomblet generator, you've not wasted a bomb because you
get it back.
You get it back. Well, you don't spend it. So it appears we have another attack going on.
No, there's nothing in range there.
Really? Wow, that's
Well, Nym's not in range. Obviously, Doni slammed. However, there does seem to be 1 or 2 shots maybe now coming in from Darren's side.
That could be key.
On the other hand, though, these are they are a couple of ships that
we have X-23.
X-23 thread tracers.
Yeah, so he put a bit of fire those. So that's from Colzette.
What does Colzette do?
Colzette's ability. Well, here's the roll. Let's have a look at this first. Here's the roll. Hit. Well,
3. That's definitely hitting.
That's definitely hitting. No matter what he rolls, there's 1 evade. Nothing really there because
only had 1 anyway.
Only had 1. That means every ship gets to take a target lock, including Colzette. Because it's every ship at range 1, and you are always at range 1 yourself. Colzette's ability.
Does it say acquire?
Acquire a target lock. That's right. So they can do it while stressed as well. At the start of the end phase, you may spend a target lock you have on an enemy ship to flip 1 random face-down damage card assigned to it face up.
Nice.
Yeah, Colzette's a nice support. He's a cheapie, very low on the pilot skill order.
He's one of those he's like one of those Jess abilities, I think. You know, Jess obviously with her re-roll ability, Colzette's in there just to try and be annoying. It's one of those annoying little things. Is it acquire a target lock? Because if they acquire a target lock on the defender, do they have to be in range for that target lock?
They do have to be within range.
Because I don't think the back one is.
That is a problem. Of course, if they have... That's difficult, yeah. I don't think it does, because acquire a target lock says that you have to...
Unless they've got long-range scanners, which those advanced won't have.
They don't, because they're using advanced... They
don't have the missile.
No.
Oh, they don't have the torpedo slot, do they?
No, they don't. They don't have enough slots in general for it.
No. So I think that back one doesn't have a target lock, as a minimum.
Here's an attack dice, hit and a focus result, and of course the targeting computer adds a critical hit result.
Yep.
So with because of advanced targeting computer. And there's a roll, and there's nothing, so it looks like Miranda's taking a couple of shields.
Yeah, but Miranda can regen one of those.
Yeah, but it's still... You would rather not. You'd rather keep your shields, because then you can use them for offense if you wanted to. Well, 2 shields.
I was going to say, here's the potential, though. Obviously, with the regenning Miranda, if both of them have TLT shots on one ship, and they all land, there's only 1 hit point left on one of those advanced. They can nearly take down 1 TIE advanced a turn.
So 2 shields off Doni. Apologies for taking some time getting the overlay ready. We're a bit rushed tonight, so it's taken our time to get it up, but I should have it up pretty soon because all I need to do is copy-paste some stats, so...
Jarvel's asking exactly the same question here. Does the thread tracers work for ships outside of range 3? I'm not 100% sure myself here, Robin. I would say only if the long-range scanners are there, because you can acquire target locks outside of range band 3. And I'm not sure if that ship, one of those ships, is not inside range band 3. I'm more than happy to go and check. Because acquiring a target lock, it has to be in range.
Yeah, it has to be in range. There's no way you can just...
Do you want me to quickly go and check? Because I'm about to make some movements here.
Yeah, go and check. Go and check.
Because obviously I want to get this right.
So yeah, apologies guys. Just getting the overlay finished up. I believe you have to be within range to do it. You can't just be beyond range and acquire a target lock. You have to at least have the ability to acquire that target lock as per normal. The wording only affects if you can do it while stressed, as far as I'm aware. Thank you, Laser Gomez, for following us. Once again, apologies for the delay, guys, but the overlay should be up in literally just a few seconds. There we go. So if I approve this, we should be able to see exactly what we have going up. So the list that Darren is running is 100 points, and Michael's points is surprisingly not what you'd think. He looks like he's flying a 98 points build. I love technology. So they're checking their dials right now. Right, finally. There we go. Overlay is up and ready.
I just asked munitions expert, Mr. Brown. Effectively, the way he saw it, and this is actually a good piece of thought and process. The ship that fired those rockets effectively was passing the information. So as far as Darren and Michael were concerned, everything there was done correctly. So I think it's fine to leave it the way it is.
I do believe you have to be within... All ships have to be within range to acquire the target lock. But that's just...
It was something I was sort of going on about, the normal restrictions of doing a target lock.
Yeah.
Because normally you have to be within range. I was kind of using the Dutch Vander... the Dutch Vander point of view. I think that might be an FAQ look, but...
Oh, actually, at the start of the end phase, you may spend one target lock on... You have an enemy ship... no, sorry, wrong wording. Attack focus. Discard this card for this attack. If this attack hits, each friendly ship at range 1 to 2 of you may acquire a target lock on the defender, then cancel... Actually, yeah, since...
Hang on, and then cancel all dice. Michael shouldn't have taken any damage.
But there was a separate attack in later.
Yeah, but he took... Did he take the damage?
No, he didn't. He's only got...
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't take
Sorry,
damage.
I know he was hovering over it when I went through.
Yeah, so it's not even acquire a target lock. You may it is an acquire a target lock on the defender, but it's the only time you can actually acquire a target lock beyond range. I mean, I'd say there's nothing there because, yeah, it's a weird one, but it's a weird interaction. I think FFG... It's one of those weird borderline cases that I don't think FFG have ever cleared up.
Yeah.
But I can see the argument for both sides. I'd say actually it's pretty fair, you know.
Yeah. Just remind me, Elliot. At the end of the game, I wouldn't mind having a quick off-air little chat with you if that's okay.
Oh, really? About something?
Yeah. But we'll discuss that after the end of this round. But it shouldn't take too long. Sure. Anyway, so
would you do me a favour, David? And
yep.
Just keep an eye on the things while I just go and check out a few things.
Just want
to do my rounds.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, so we've got those TIE Advanced moving up into the corner. I'm slightly surprised not to see them sort of come round a little bit. Yeah, even just slightly slowly here. Yeah, that's a good point, Robin, though. I can see exactly why he's pulling away, because he wants to get these shots at an engagement band he's happy with. And now they've all got the target locks, really, they want to stay close on Miranda's tail, and they're not going to do it from there. I would... It's one of those situations as well. If it ends up going to time, which obviously is only 65 minutes on the round, rather than an hour and 15 that we're normally used to, you might have a chance of where there ends up being a final salvo involved to try and break the ties. So it is 8 against 5 on this situation. If this situation happens, so that bomblet generator is gonna be a pesky little thing. Wow. I quite like this because obviously Michael has really thought long and hard about this. As I said, Michael actually made the semi-final of the Store Championships on Saturday, so he's coming on leaps and bounds. It was a really interesting tournament to commentate on Saturday because there was no real duplication of lists. There was a couple where they were exactly the same. So now thread tracers have been used. I'd be inclined to break formation. Yeah, I think as long as Cool Z can just fly around and effectively could fly around and do nothing the rest of the game. Let the Tempests go after Doni and fight Doni on a 3-on-1 battle, and then Cool Z could use the target lock to punch some of the damage through, which could be nice. Advanced targeting computer. Oh, that's for the title, effectively. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen some advance on the board. I have played against 4 before, but it was just one of those really, really weird experiences. Yeah, they're 4. They're quite cheap. They're quite light. In terms of hit points. Yeah, okay, you say that they've got the same hull values. Hit point values as a Hawk or a hull upgraded or shield upgraded M3A.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I'm assuming Cold Z is the last one there.
Well, I'd expect so because they're different pilot skills.
Yeah. Very interesting maneuver here by Darren. Instead of falling for the bait of coming through, he's actually K-turning. However, the bomblet has changed position since his plan. So
part of me is thinking that Cold Z could literally just fly around the edge of the board because the rest of the advance have target locked already on Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
So Cold Z could fly around and go, I'll take a chance on a direct hit being on the last hit point of Doni.
Oh, but he has to spend it, so he needs to be able to at least reacquire it.
Doesn't matter if he kills Miranda in the process.
And besides, if he can do his attack, because don't forget that for TIE Advance X1, you don't need to spend your target lock. So if you can get your attack and get that target lock, the advanced damage to go through, you can then spend it in the end phase to say, right, let's see if one of those is a direct hit.
The only problem is now, with Cold Z at the front of the formation, those ones at the back are going to need to go fast to clear Cold Z.
Right now, it could be anyone's game. No one has really made a move. Darren made an attempt, but then he disengaged and now is coming back for another pass.
I did say, though, that obviously if, and this is only if, because with only 65 minutes in a game, you could quite easily run out of time. So you could have a situation of a final salvo. And that is in Darren's favour, being 8-5 on that case.
Have you shown this to the stream?
I did a little bit, yeah.
That's absolutely gorgeous. I love that.
Yeah, the little side bit of chat about this one. I did say, obviously, with this being a scum ship, I would have to keep it with my scum traditions of having it painted like the Call of Duty perk bottles. And this is another one of those. I think this is the most appropriate one that I've had so far. Where this is painted in the PhD flopper colours, which is basically a thing that came out in one of the original or one of the earlier games.
That's fair.
About dealing splash damage.
Out of thought, here's a hint for you, Kogo2, or any other token developer you're listening. Create a token that is a Nym token that you can just stick on stick on any bomb you don't want to blow up. That way you can clearly indicate this bomb is going to stay until I decide otherwise.
Or a big tick to say, ding, this is not moving.
Yeah, or that. But I can see someone making that. I mean, they made a Palpatine token and a C-3PO. They've made all sorts of tokens. Still, it's nice to see the Tempests on the table. And it's nice to see Cold Z. I don't think I've ever seen Cold Z being run.
Well, we saw a lot of things that we wouldn't normally see on the stream over the weekend. But yeah, no, definitely a good shout by Darren doing those K-turns, getting the K-turn out of the way. So basically, it's going to be interesting to see what happens from here. One thing I did talk about, obviously there was or did think about, was there was a list with
Aggressors?
no, Bosk.
Oh, Bosk.
And I would have so loved to have come up with a list. Obviously, I don't own a YV666, and I was in the booth on Saturday, so that's two reasons why I wouldn't have played it.
Yeah.
And put Boba Fett and given Hotshot Blaster to the YV666.
Yeah.
To say, well, normally its weaknesses you can get behind me for nothing. Think twice about it now.
Well, with only half an hour on the clock, someone's going to have to blink and engage.
I think Darren's making that move now. He is on his approaches.
The problem is those bombers are quite nifty at getting away, and getting close to them is not a good idea, especially with what Nym can do.
Well, I think like against Sabine, yes, you can slam, but if they're all facing in the same direction, that is a huge blanket. With those 4 arcs facing in that direction, to try and cover, as long as Darren's got the directions sort of right.
Oh, it's a wall, definitely. Most certainly a wall to deal with.
So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. I'm interested to see how this will work out. While I was in there discussing about Darren's list, Chelsea was playing, or is still playing Sean, but apparently I managed to somehow cuss Chelsea's dice because they're not working well for her.
You just have that effect on people, do you?
No. Just as you're putting Chris's list in, I quite like the look of that one.
I like the look of Chris's list as well.
Personally, I would have loved to have had Tom Meeson with M9G8 because he can just mess around with every single shot that comes and attacks him.
True, but M9G8...
You would drop Pobby's R3A2 for a targeting for a point?
Yeah, but you get a target lock every time you attack Tarn, so it's kind of like an inbuilt M9G8, but you can affect all dice.
Exactly. R7 you can only use once per round on a big punishing shot effect. So if you bet M9G8, you can reroll 1 every single attack that comes in. So the advanced are swinging back round now, taking up a slightly different formation. Well, they are the same formation, just barrel rolled across. This is really, really, really fiddly for Darren.
Yeah, no kidding.
Take into account the fact he was not in the best of health last week. He's doing well to be here tonight, and obviously he was here on Saturday as well. Nice to see that he's obviously recovered and still playing some good old X-Wing.
Agreed. Very, very brave of him to step down, especially after that medical emergency that he had.
Yes.
Which power to him for coming through and
indeed
still showing up. I mean, bravo.
Yeah. There was a few shout-outs I did on the Facebook page after the whole tournament was done, and Darren was obviously one of them for that reason.
Speaking of, let's give a shout-out to who's in the chat right now.
If it decides to tell us who's there.
It would be nice. I love you, technology. Okay, let's see what I can do with this.
But
right now, so we've got a lot of stress tokens. Darren just gathered the stress in one zone and said, they'll probably be applied sometime soon anyway.
There's a nice little run for him to go straight, though.
Oh, yes, very easily. Though I'm worried about 2 in the asteroid, personally.
Well, this is your prime example of a way to get around it. Move number 2 left, and then if Nym tries to engage, you can snap the rest on the flanking manoeuvre.
Well, the thing is, I think he's gunning for Miranda, and the reason I say that is because she's got loads of target locks on her right now.
And she is 55 points to the list. So if
you cruise missiles her off the board, that is gone.
But that is basically the enough game set and match, really, I would say, from that point.
Yeah.
But, they're all higher pilot skills. So could use that fact to try and get as much of a range from those TIE advanced. Chapman nails this week as well.
Chat is not being very, very cooperative with us today.
I was going to say we have got Lazy Gourmet, which obviously we know is Owen.
Yes, we have Owen and, of course, Robin listening in the chat. Give us a shout if you're actually watching, and let us know if you're in the stream what you think of the game so far and what you think of our channel.
Yeah, Jarvel's bang on ball here.
Oh, here we go.
This is the whole thing. I always say when you've got two turret ships, especially something like, something like two turret lists like this with very, very weak agility. The bait and switch is what you try and do. I try to do that when I play my Kane and Lebo build, but it sometimes doesn't work out for the best.
We have Mr. Jeff Ball also joining us in the chat. The one disadvantage with Darren having his formation like this is he has Colzet up front, which that's why I might think he might be just doing a 1-4 with Colzet. Because the problem with Colzet being in front is it means you have to leapfrog the other ones. No cruise missiles yet, but I'm expecting them to happen very soon. Oh, have we got a... Oh, no, Colzet's doing a...
Yeah, I think the only thing is you could have had this... you could have had all that sort of formation the other way round, so you would have Colzet in front on the first pass, which that would have made a lot more sense. You're going to have him in front at some point, unless you put him at one of the sides, but then having him at the sides is not the best either.
No.
So you kind of had a bit of a interesting setup by him.
And Miranda isn't taking it at all. She's just saying, nope, I'm having nothing to do with that, and just buggering off.
Well, on the other hand, though, this is the advantage. If she's now moving the stuff with a lot of target locks out of the way, then it saves those tie advanced. If you want to do that, Colzet's now spent his thread tracers.
You're going to
have to do a target lock as your action, which makes you fragile on the defence.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's also gunning it with... He's splitting his forces. He's making He essentially is saying to the advance, you've got to pick a target. Whichever target you pick, the other can flank you.
Cruise missiles, you have to spend a target lock for.
You have to spend a target lock. If he wants to shoot those cruise missiles, he needs that target lock. But it also means he's got no focus for attacks. Hello, we've got a.
But don't you have guidance? No. Yeah, you do have guidance chips.
Oh, hello. We have a bomb being dropped off here. So if someone attempts to do a K-turn, he might end up near those bombs. Which I don't think he would want. I think he wants to try and catch...
I would do a slow roll left if it was me.
The problem with that is your cruise missiles then only get 3 attack dice.
You would have to do your target lock and then lose the modification. So if you had to, I'll just do a target lock, roll your primaries and guarantee a crit.
And the bomb goes off, because Nym has stopped it, has now relocated the bomb that's going to explode to the one near him.
Range 3, here goes Colzet.
Now, if Darren is smart...
Oh, no, range 3, here's Nym.
If Darren is smart, he might be able to use the measuring to Nym to see how close to the bombs he can get.
Yes.
Oh, you don't spend it, but you need to have it. So you at least get that modification, but he does miss out on the focus. That's a hit and a crit there on the TLT shot. That's an evade by one of the advance, and that's not enough there. So it looks like that Colzet has taken a shield. Now, it's true. Colzet has taken a shield. Second shot, He
might as well spend the focus on the attack because he's only got 1 defence.
Yeah, but 1 defence is enough. He's started to keep it, and 1 evade. It did work out. It didn't work out at all.
He didn't do 1 at all. He got exactly the same.
Colzet managed to evade the attack, so he's only suffered 1 shield. With only 23 minutes on the clock, I'm wondering...
Actually, look, there's a blue target lock on Colzet. Not Colzet, the number 3, the one he just attacked.
Yes, he has a target lock on one of the other ships. I believe it's Colzet.
So we could have spent that target lock to re-roll those blank dice.
We've got the focus dice. So that means that I believe...
Oh, yes, of course, because it's at range band 3. So he gets 2v2s on these.
2 hits there. And just nothing. Sorry, David.
That's all right. That's why I would have loved to have had... in my build, I've gone for Lone Wolf.
And Nym is starting to really bleed shields.
That I was saying, on my build of Nym, I've gone for Lone Wolf. So I could re-roll as defensive dice. And that defensive dice re-roll then could have potentially been 1 or 2 evades.
Javala said, 2 dice at range 3. Nym is going to be taking enough incoming fire to need that focus on defense. Because don't forget, there is that range 3 benefit. Plus, if they were to somehow get a target lock next round, he's got to worry about the advanced targeting computer.
Oh, yes, definitely, yeah. However, by that point, Miranda, I would say if obviously I was Michael, I would try and make sure Miranda can get in this turn.
Oh, I certainly agree.
So I would say go for a 3 bank, even if it does take you over that debris cloud, because you can still shoot on it anyway. But then you're harrying that force into making a decision, because you might have a point where Miranda goes in, then pulls out and goes the other direction. And then you've completely shaken that target lock. But the situation is one or two of those tie advance need to die.
Yeah, I agree.
If two of them die by the end of the game, and Miranda's the last thing left, you sort of say, well, maybe Michael has it just on points. But it's going to be interesting to see.
All right then. So let's see where this is going to go. I mean, Darren's got to be thinking about the bomblet that's been dropped there. Yeah, I do really like the bomblet generator. It's a very nice little upgrade. There was actually a lovely video on Gamma Sutra where they were talking with the X-Wing developers, and they were talking about the Skirg. Which, sad face, they did mention an E-Wing fix on there. That there's currently more, they said they'd love to do an E-Wing Aces pack, but there's currently more important stuff to do. So sad face. Oh well. Well, that probably means we're getting an X-Wing fix at the very least.
That probably means wait till next year, because at the moment, I think FFG's main focus will be to look at what's coming out in the new film. Well,
don't forget that FFG are usually working 2 years ahead of us. So they're working on probably wave 14. Because it's manufacturing time and all that.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that Lucasfilm holds information back regarding the new film, so they don't have as much information now. They can act on the information they might have, which is what they did for Rogue One. Rogue One, they're given quite a bit more information than I think they were.
Obviously, like they did for The Force Awakens, they had to create generic named aces.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't. I wouldn't say they acted on that because they were told, yeah, we got Poe Dameron and this guy called El Hatzi. And it's like, okay, that's 2 names. Thank you very much. Do you have any bad guys? Kylo Ren. Is he flying the ships they're doing? No. Right.
Yeah.
So that's when they had to come up with generic pilots, which is fine. It meant they had to do what they had to do. But I think they're going to aim for probably waiting until they have more information, which I think is wise. At the same time, they probably are obligated to get at least a couple of products out there.
Yeah, following on from Jarvol's just newest comment there, he would have had full information, not VI, because he would have been at pilot skill 8. So against this list, he would have known everything anyway.
Yeah, but he didn't know he was going to go up against this list.
Yeah, but I'm meaning as a potential, he could have got away without it in this case. But, yeah, I think as long as Doni keeps moving, and I think as long as there's a sort of like a right-left jink here and heading back towards where that number 3's movement dial is, that's not a bad area to run into.
No, agreed. Okay, they're doing a 2-bank, or at least one of them is. That means that they're probably... They're
going after Doni.
They're going after Doni. Which I don't know if that's the right call. I mean, they need to kill something, but right now Doni is all the way over there, and she can very easily get away with a slam.
This is where
and if he does get a chance to fire off the cruise missiles, does he? He's going to get 3 dice. You might as well do your primary at that point.
Yeah, but you get 2 dice and you have to not spend your target lock.
Yeah.
You have a nice lot of mods there, though.
Yeah, I think you've got enough... I don't think you ever want to fire the cruise missiles in this list unless you have 4, maybe 5 dice. Thank you, Commander Cephalo, for hosting our stream.
Yeah. This would be funny if Michael has predicted this and done a 2 hard left and then goes, primary.
Oh, hello. Colzette is pulling a hard 3 at this point, though. That's the wrong rule to use. There we go. Just marking where the Tempest is.
This could be a bump here,
It could be a bump. It probably is, actually. It could be very close. That
looks like it is.
It does look like it is to me. He might have messed this one up.
But on the other hand, he sort of covered his bases there a little bit.
Maybe he's putting that back to see where they would bump, and I think they're deciding he would bump just there.
But he hasn't got any missiles to spend to be using his primary anyway.
Yeah, that's... Colzette bumping is not the end of the world. Hello, Audio Weasel. Welcome back once again. It's been a while since we've seen Audio Weasel with us.
It's been a little while.
So we have the 4 Tempest Squadron pilots. Well, it's the 3 Tempest and the Colzette. In the TIE Advanced X1s against Miranda and Nym. Nym has taken 2, Miranda's taken 2. It's been a pretty slow, I wouldn't say slow game, but it's been a very evadey game. No one has wanted to get anywhere near each other.
Oh, hello. That might be about to change.
She can slam, and that would get her out of arc of 3 with a 2 bank, and maybe even 2. So we might see him do that. However, 1 most likely will get a shot.
I think doing
Yep, here we go.
I think doing
Slam.
doing a 2 maneuver here is doing a 2 harder than a 2 bank, which is not a bad thing. He can drop a bomb right there.
He can indeed drop a bomb if he wants to. And since he
An
knows...
advanced slam, he would probably take a focus here, just in case.
Actually, no, I'd drop one of the bombs Miranda has if she had.
Didn't we say that they're all
He's
bombs?
He's got a coronet on board, and he can drop that with a... Yep, there it is, the coronet. So there we go. And it makes sense because he knows they're going to be there.
And he can hold that up for next turn with Captain Nym.
Well, no, because it's when you go over it, isn't it? So he doesn't need to hold up with Nym.
Of course, yeah. I thought it detonated at the end of the round, but obviously it doesn't. Yeah, he's now blocked that up quite nicely here.
There we go.
He just did a little bit nice little tidy up. That was a good little manoeuvre.
I mean, they can easily avoid it, but it's basically saying if you want to chase Doni, you've got to pay for it.
Well, what you could do is it's something quite clever. The one that sets it off, if one of them comes in and is then at range band 1 of that bomb still, so one goes slightly out of the way.
Nym has advanced sensors, and he's going to barrel roll this way towards the swarm and then backwards, and then he's going to turn in and possibly drop a bomb, generate a bomb right near them. Smart move. Although it's not going to kill anything, and there's only 15 minutes left.
Yes.
It's amazing what 10 minutes difference can do.
It was also interesting looking at the final from Saturday. They had 2-hour time limit. They actually finished in 1 hour and 15.
It finished dead on the normal time.
Yeah.
Yep, here we go. I don't think the bomb...
Here comes a range band 1 primary against number 2, possibly.
Yes, but I don't think he's going to drop the bomb, actually. I think he was thinking about it, but I don't think he'd be close. Actually, no, if he would have dropped it there...
Oh, this is interesting, though, as well, because he could actually chase with Nym.
He could, yeah.
He could chase with him and say, now, which one do you want? Do you want to try and go against Miranda?
And this is exactly what I said. He was able to look and wait until they chose a target and then bring the other one in as a flanker. And here we go, because Nym has a 3 primary attack, which will be 4 at range 1.
Or does he go for his... Yeah, he's going for TLT, because he's not at range band 1 of the things already taking damage. So he's going for number 3. He's got to be.
There we go. 3.
There's
That's
2.
a hit and a crit. That's an evade with
And
2
2
focus
focuses.
results. I think...
He's taking the damage.
He's taking the damage. Alright then. Colzette did remove the shield.
Is he not going to suspend the target lock if he's going against the same one? Obviously not.
Obviously not. Colzette is firing. Checking arc. He has arc.
Range 2.
Range 2. So Colzette will fire. He gets a crit because he's got a target lock and advanced target computer. And that's a hit
nice.
and a focus result. He's not going to spend a focus. He's
hasn't got one,
got one. He bumped. And roll up for the defense dice, and it's a blank. So Doni is taking 2 more shields.
This could be a real harsh turn. Actually, no, there's only another 1 more valid shot from number 4. He's dodged 2 things here, and he's got the asteroid for cover, so that's 2 dice.
Right. This could get interesting quickly.
If I was Michael, I would want to do probably a 3 straight this turn.
As
with Doni.
A hit and a crit and a crit. Oh, that looks like focus there. I think that's nothing.
Yeah,
so,
he's basically gone there. Well, what can I do?
Yeah, nothing you can do about that one. So,
and Colzette, he could try and find another damage there or something.
That's looked like direct hit to me. That looks like
hitting 2 crits, double direct hit.
Miranda's dead.
Oh,
it's going so well. Double direct hit.
The curse of Wojtek continues.
Yes, 2 crits and they're both direct hit. What are the odds? Well, you've already worked out the odds for that kind of thing. But all right, this now actually really okay. That changes things dramatically because now Michael has to try and kill one of the at least 2 of the tie advance to try and make the money back.
And there's no Sabine left.
No, there is no. Yeah, there's no Sabine left. So now he can go over that coronet and he will still take a crit, but is it worth it? Because don't forget, they lose all their target locks now.
That'll crit a stress.
You need to take an ion token, actually.
Ion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, they don't have the target locks anymore, so they're going to have to reacquire those some other way.
Oh, it was number 1 the target lock was on. So it was actually on Colzette.
It was on Colzette.
That's why he didn't attack that one.
Right then. So, this is going to be tricky.
So quick.
Michael has got 10 minutes to clean up 2 tie advance at the very least. At the very least.
Yep.
And that's going to be very difficult. And if you can get Colzette and one of the
Tempest... I think it's more than that, because that's 55 points on Michael's side.
Do you know what? I think it might be actually 3.
I think if it's Colzette and one of the Tempests, it might be close. But I'm looking here, maybe 3.
Tempest is 21.
24.
Yeah, 24. Yeah,
25. So they're 25 points. They're all 25 points apiece. They're exact... Or actually, that's 99 points. So...
No, it is
25 points apiece.
So yeah, 25 each. So yeah, he's
going to have to kill 3.
He needs to kill 3 if he wants to actually win this one.
So I think that means this is already Darren's game.
Unless they rush through this, I can't see this going the other way. I'm going to rush through and see if anyone has won and get their scores. I'll leave you in the capable hands of David.
That's a kind thing to do. Yeah, this could be really, really interesting. Darren's gonna have to try and probably K-turn if he can. The Havoc's gonna take a lot of power. Three of them need to die, so he needs to deal a grand total of 3 10 minutes, so 13 minimum. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. He's going to have to bomb, but obviously they aren't going to want to keep behind him. So this is kind of like nixing Nym a little bit.
First results are in, and Sean Riley has unfortunately killed 100 points out of Chelsea's list, all of Chelsea's list, and Chelsea managed to take 27,
which looks like Palob.
Yeah, I'd say that's Palob. Right, I'm going to go get some more. Right.
Obviously, you can put Toby's game in there.
Unfortunately so, yes. Although it sucks. Right.
So things are already starting to shape up on the tables here. So we'll have to see how this goes. Yeah, I think this game is obviously Darren's to win here as well. Yeah, I think Miranda needs to get some fire in, even if it costs, because she could have regened 1. I think trying to keep away from stuff was partly Michael's undoing here with Miranda. Yet again, 2 direct hits is not something you necessarily plan for in the rulebook. Ooh, this could be tight. But yeah, to be fair, this doesn't matter. He could even clip the asteroid and be fine, which I think is exactly what's happened here. They're holding it, so I think this is probably going to be an asteroid. Here comes the dice. And it looks like we've got a hit. So, number 4 has now lost a shield. But, as I already said, this game has already gone to Darren here at this point, so not the end of the world. So let's just see what we've got going on here. Yeah, I think the bait and switch is definitely the best tactic with this list, but there was too much switching. The moment Nym left that door open was way too much for an offering. If I was going to do anything with Miranda, then I would have probably not turned in. I probably would have gone straight and then used that for a bit more time. Yeah, you could quite easily happily run into the bottom of the board. Ooh, this could be interesting because that might bump as well. And if this bumps and he's now triggered the asteroid, that is going to be a double stressed, and it is a double stressed Colzette. Wow. Oh, double ion, sorry. Double ion and a stress. I believe that was a K-turn he was looking for, but I might maybe done that straight. Oh, okay. Ignore me. But we know that's doing a 1 straight next turn. Yeah, I think unfortunately this is too little too late for... Always using Genius to drop a bomb here, but I'm not sure if that's the best thing in the world. But that's stopping the TIE advance that's stressed to do a big straight maneuver, but I'm not sure that's necessarily the best thing in the world. It's only a trick 1. Be interesting to see how this one plays out. I know what that's for. I know what that's for.
All right. So as I can plainly see, the coronet has gone off. So here we go. Get that dice, get out of the way. Okay, he's spending the focus to get 2 hits. Oh, that looks like a blank out there.
Yeah. Just to also keep you updated, number 3 actually clipped the asteroid when it went round and took a damage.
Oh dear. Number 3 took a damage.
So number 3? Number 4. Number 4. Sorry, I got the wrong one.
Well, there's an easy solution for that. Just
do that.
Just do that. Has Colzet been removed?
Colzet has not been removed. Colzet did a 4.
Then where's the ship? A ship is missing.
Oh.
Colzet has been removed, because look, he's there. So Colzet has been killed. Colzet
so Colzet was the purpose of the TLT.
Alright, here we go. Range 3 shot from Tempest 1. Tempest 4, sorry. Tempest number 4.
My apologies, I didn't even see that one go.
And crit. 1 crit. Nothing. So actually, Nym does take a damage. Alright, he might be able to do this. Actually, no, because he's killed 1. He's killed 1, but it's got 5 minutes left.
If he had still 10 minutes left, I would back him to kill another one. But to kill 2 with 5 minutes left?
Nah, not happening.
No.
Not happening. So Sam got tabled. Almost. He did get 26 points for his pleasure.
Well, that makes Chelsea and Sam very close.
So they might be playing each other next round.
Though remember, it's random generated positions.
That's true.
So we'll have to see how this works.
So Michael's at least got some points. So far, Darren has taken down 55, which is Doni.
Yeah, Darren's taken 55 and Michael's taken 25. That could be interesting, where you got Chelsea, Sam, and Michael all within 2 MOV of each other. Yeah, and obviously equally you'd have Darren, Wojtek, and Sean all within 1 point of each other as well, because they'd be equally distributed. Yeah.
First time using the software, so it's actually quite interesting to see behind the scenes how it all works.
Actually, yeah. This is going to be interesting to see how this ends up finishing up. But
so far, Max Bull's ahead with 200 MOV because he got basically a win, an auto win because of his opponent didn't show up, essentially, which is a shame. But
John versus Gareth, that's going to be a nice heavy.
That was still going when I was out there.
Any destructions by the looks of things?
Not that I could see, but it was a fleeting visit.
Ah, fair enough.
So there goes number 3, banking left. He probably is playing the runaway game at this point. He knows all he needs to do is survive, probably this round, and that's it. Although he's taking a target lock, because
why not? If he lives this turn, he can just K-turn.
It's not just that. If he K-turns, that's a 4K. Right?
Yeah.
So that means if Nym is within range 3, he can fire his cruise missile still.
On a 4K? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still a 4-speed maneuver.
So with 5 dice, use target lock, and guidance chips mod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. Unlikely, but possible.
So
and of course
I wouldn't say a table for 25 is off the cards, but there's basically 2 minutes left here, so this is going to be like 1 turn after this.
Advanced sensors. He's taking a focus action.
Does it mean he's doing a 3 hard or doing a red maneuver?
He probably just wants to make sure. He's going away. He's going away from the engagement zone. I think Michael's realised this is it, and he doesn't want to off Nym for a potential destruction either.
Yeah, that is true.
It's
a shame.
It's a shame, but that's how the cookie crumbles, as the saying goes.
Part of me would have been tempted to turn left, because you would think, well,
But
Yeah,
he is
I
going to
think-
drop a bomb for good measure, saying that if you want to follow me, feel free, but not a good idea.
Obviously, he's not going to set that one off because of him being at range band 1 of it.
Well, don't forget, Nym can stop the bomb from...
But I mean, he
detonating,
had
yeah.
2 there. Obviously, he was going to choose the one that was not in range band 1 of him.
Yeah.
Because that would be stupid.
He is going to do a TLT shot on number 3, though. Number 3 has taken a shield
At
off.
least he's got a focus to modify this with. That's quite clever.
Yeah. Hit and crit. Evaded. Second attack. Cock dice there. I think they're calling it as a hit. Spending the focus, because why not? Evade, evade, evade. All the evasion in the world. And now number 4 is going to take a long... Oh, it's not, I don't think... Oh, is he even in range? He's not in range. However, in 1 minute, because they're starting another round, in 1 minute, Darren can cruise missiles Nym, assuming Nym turns right. Because he can just zoom forward 4, if you wanted to. Or further.
Or take a hunch and do like a 3 bank or something. Or
Right, I'm going to go out and call time of the round, because 40 seconds to go. Make sure everyone is ready.
Yep.
So, yeah. I'll be right back.
So at this point, Darren's got this 110% in the bag.
Would you
So
mind putting in Darren and
I will.
Darren and Michael's scores when the countdown ends, please?
Yeah, I'll do this after obviously this turn as well because they've got this turn to
Oh,
play
yeah.
out. I doubt obviously that any change is going to happen here, but so at this point it is a 55 25 for Darren here. Oh, they're just gonna call it. That's fair enough. That is fair. So yeah, that ended up being 55 points to Darren because he killed Miranda. I believe it's 55. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, I think it was. Just do a double check. I think it was 55. Looked a juicy 50. I think it's 55-43 here. So. Oops. Yeah, and obviously as well, this is the Tankard challenge here as well. So obviously there could be a 55 points for Miranda. So we could already have so 55, 25. So there's a bit of a split in the points here. It's saying 25. Where's Michael? Oh, because he gets... Yeah, because you lose the difference, actually. There's a bit of a split in this. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one ends up. But there's not going to be any change here. There's nothing going to be killed. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to see who we get paired up against next. Obviously, we're just waiting for the results of John and Gareth's game. And Mike versus Chris Neal. Just to see who they get paired up against. It's quite close at the moment. So you got Max obviously with a 200 points of MOV, Wojtek on 174, Sean on 173, Darren on 130, Michael on 70, Chelsea on 27, Sam Scott on 26. So if there's a few, not a full list of destruction going on here, it's quite tight here. Let's have a little look what's going through this chat then. Yeah, completely true there, Javel. The thread tracers made a difference because it gave the target locks all out against Miranda, and it was those target locks that really, really, really crippled her in the end. The advance was solid. You wouldn't normally say that pilot skill 3s and 2s are gonna be around to get many shots in, but against 2 ships, if they're firing turrets, only dealing 4 damage out of turn, One of them would be... Oh, they would all still be left the first round of engagement, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, Michael did a good job to keep Miranda out of the way, but I think by keeping her out of the way as well, and trying to do all these slams, didn't really pay off. I would have probably taken a focus token, stayed where I was, and then regen a shield on your first TLT volley. Yeah, I know they had the thread tracers, but they weren't going overly fast that turn. It'll be interesting to see how this sort of plays out. I think that was the key thing. Miranda Nym is pretty scarily low agility. Yeah, munitions meta is definitely a thing at the moment. There's a lot of things that use missile or munitions and really can lay in a big punchy shots. But at the same time, Miranda made it all the way to the top table at Euros on both sides. You know, that manoeuvrability was key. There was obviously quite a few munitions lists that I saw there. And I really like this list. I do like Captain Nym. I do like Doni. It'd be interesting to see how they work going forward. So I'm definitely very, very much interested to see how these Havoc the Skirg plays out. The double direct hits were definitely a thing. Effectively, at that point, there would have been an extra two hull left, and that 2 hull left he could have done some more work with. But obviously, losing Miranda then, basically, with 10-15 minutes to go, was just enough to basically say, Darren, you've now got this. Michael needed to find 3 at 25 points apiece to win the game. Which is a shame. I would have liked to have seen Rebel Nym, because we saw Scum Nym on the table on Wednesday. No Wave 11 stuff was legal at the Store Championship, so this is the first time we've seen Rebel Nym here. It would be nice to have seen him getting a win on his first outing.
Alright, so I have the scores.
Yep.
Right, so Sam got 26 kills.
Sam.
Already done him.
Yeah.
It's John Easter. John got 72.
Yep.
And Gareth killed nothing.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mick 4 versus Chris Neal. Neil got 100.
Yep. Do Mick for me because I'm the other way around.
Mick is 25 killed. 24 points killed.
24.
25.
That is a real tight bottom end of the table.
It is a really tight bottom end of the table. So, I believe we have to generate the next round. So, boom. There we go. So I can take a picture of those and I can get our next round set up. The question is, who are we going to have on the table? I mean, we've already seen... what's Mac? We've seen what Miss Neil has. He's got X-Wings.
Max has got 2 Protectorates and Guri.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm more than happy to see that.
Okay, let's do Chris Neal versus Max Bull. Top table or what?
Top
as
table,
well.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So the pairings for the